another blessing.
Amen.
We look around and we count our blessings. Amen. Last week we was in Jeremiah 1 and talked about, do you know God? This week we're in Jeremiah 2. You know, when we started studying Jeremiah, we asked where did the Bible study want to go? And they said Jeremiah. I just listened to that, but as I get into Jeremiah, and we remember Jeremiah as being the crying prophet that was always in tears because he started young. But as I get into Jeremiah, I'm starting to enjoy Jeremiah. You know, and I keep telling myself, y'all don't need to hear this, but y'all can listen anyway, that God's word needs to be important to me. It needs to be important to me. Because if it's important to me, I'll spend time trying to be in the Word. And then as I said, we were talking about Jeremiah 2, and our topic this morning is too busy for God. And if you look at Jeremiah 2, beginning at verse 11, I'll pray with you, I'm going to read that, then I'm going to pray. But we're going to read that verse 11 to 13. I got a bunch of verses. I don't know if I can get all of them this morning. Jeremiah, beginning at 2, verse 11, it says, and this is King James this time. This is King James. It says,
"Hath the nation changed their gods, but they had no God. But my people have changed their glory, but it was not God after Christ.
Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this time, and be heartily afraid. Be very desolate, saith the Lord. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and used them out of cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water."
Amen. Father God, we ask, Lord, the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart will be acceptable, Father. We thank you once again, Lord, for being able to stand, Lord. Father, we ask you to hide me behind our throne, Lord, because we know my sins are great, Lord. We ask your forgiveness, Father. We ask you to bless, Father, as I speak your word, Father. We'll be mindful and give you the glory. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Jeremiah. If you look around and say the word of God came to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is not talking about words about himself. He's talking to the people, telling them what they are doing wrong. You find Jeremiah was a young man when he started preaching and said, "I'm too young to preach." You know, that's one reason we need to tell our young people, go ahead on and work while you're young, because if you look at Ecclesiastes, it said, work while you're still young, before your eyelids start and go have to put the glasses on. Said to work for the Lord while you're yet young. Amen. But Jeremiah comes here and he said, now, when we look and see now, some of us have been out in the world. Most of y'all, I know y'all been in church all your life. I see you big Bibles and stuff, but some of us remember when I had a drink, everybody around me had a drink. Yeah. And we didn't stop drinking until we all had something to drink.
All right.
Yeah. And Jeremiah said, now, listen. He said, he said, would the nation change their God? In other words, if you look at the club, that they're dedicated to what they're talking about. And Jeremiah said now, and you notice that there's only one, you know, it says gods in gods, but there's only one big G, God. But now you can find a whole bunch of little G gods. And if you notice there's an S on the gods there, it's an S on the God, but it's a little G, you know, God. So, we can find it's a being too busy to serve God. Y'all look at me now. I got eyes on you, but look at me and be where you're supposed to be, because you need to be where you need to be. You don't need to be acting and showing out, especially when you're in the house of the Lord. Right? Y'all hear me? Y'all with me? Right? Right. Amen. Thank you. God is good. Amen. Amen. Yeah, you got to, amen. Praise the Lord. Yeah, but what I'm getting to now, because when you come in the presence of God, you need to keep mind that you're in the presence of God, because God said, now, what they change their God? Amen. They have decided to go to a God that can't do nothing. Amen. Yeah, they have decided, Israel had decided, God had brought Israel out of Egypt. Yeah, they had been down there 420 years in Egypt. Yeah. Now God had brought them out, and not only that he brought them out, he allowed them to enjoy the blessing. Oh yeah, he allowed them to be in the land of the plenty, and allowed them to, no, this is after the 40 years they spent in the wilderness. They came over. Yes. And God had blessed them, and they had decided they didn't like God no more. That they decided that we blessed and we can do it ourselves. And we ain't got to worry about it. Look at the world now. Look at our country now. Everybody has decided that they don't need God. Yeah, but listen to me. That ain't right. When you get too busy for God, you got problems waiting on you. Yeah, Jeremiah said now, we'll lay change, will the nation change their gods? And he said, yet my people have changed their glory. In other words, they have to stop talking about, stop worrying about the real God, and they went ahead on and start doing stuff they were. Yeah. But listen. And it says in that, a lot of times it said, but does not have a prophet. In other words, what they're doing and what they're after really doesn't profit. No. We're in the house now. And I don't want y'all to keep me. I tell you I'm nosy. And I keep my eye on what's going on. And I want you to be where you're supposed to be when you need to be, right? Amen? Amen. Say that again, y'all hear me? Amen. Yeah. I want you to be where you need to be. Amen? Amen. Because we got young folks doing things they shouldn't do. Amen. Come in, do me a favor. Come do me a favor. All right. I don't want nobody else to hear it. You go out there and tell your sister. Amen. The secret. We got a secret going on. All right. Amen. All right. Amen. Listen, you need to be in the house. This is why the world is such a people that decide to get out of the house. And when you get out of God's will, you got problems. All right. Let me see, can I get back into this? And because 12 says, but be astonished, O ye heaven, at this, and horrified and afraid. Be thou desolate, says the Lord. Then he said, now, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me. In other words, everything that lives has to have water. And he said, now, that they have forsaken me. And forsaken me, the fountain of living water. Yeah. In other words, the fountain, when a fountain flows, right? You don't have a fountain, you know, you don't see fountains and the water just stands still. So the flow. In other words, God said, they have forsaken the fountain of living water.
All right.
Yeah. And but then they come out and say they have dug systems. I know y'all too young to know anything about systems.
All right.
Can I tell you what a system is? That's when they would dig holes in the ground. And then they would cover it with concrete in the hole. And what happened? Rainwater would run into the system.
All right.
And they are going to make me talk about that. What like that?
I think it's in the pair, Mike.
The mail, Mike, is that me?
I think so.
You sure?
I think it is.
Okay. Let me be still.
Okay.
All right. Let me see here. That's all right. Just wait a minute. Let's make sure that's me first. The devil is a lie. I'm gonna make it through this thing.
All right.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Don't change that just yet. Now, you know, I'm gonna make sure. I'm that much static. I know. Yeah. Listen. A system. I'll tell you what system means. Thank you for being back in the house. Hey, I'm gonna have to talk about y'all a little closer. I'm missing one. Amen.
Man.
Amen. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna start taking grandma and granddad, you know. Now we know we need to be in the house. We're in the house. Amen. Amen. Listen. Let me go back to what the system means. System. We're not talking about the school system. I know the bus driver getting ready to go back to work. We're not talking about the school system.
All right.
We're talking about a system that they dig in the ground. And it was whole. The purpose of it was to hold water. And he said now that they've dug systems. That they've dug systems in the ground. And water has went in, but it's cracked. And it won't hold water. In other words, it would rain in it. But the water seeps out of the crack of the system. Yeah, and a broken system. In other words, they decided, y'all, to worship God.
All right.
That can't do nothing. They decided to worship God.
All right.
That has no eyes, has no ears.
Right.
Matter of fact, if you look a little further, they said, they told a tree, you my mama. Y'all look at that. I keep telling y'all, y'all don't have to take my word for it. That's why I keep telling you need to be in the word of God. Then they said, tree, isn't that crazy? You gonna tell a tree, you my mama? And then not let, but listen, can I point that? When you get out of the will of God, you're gonna do some stupid stuff. No, take that back. When I get out of the will of God, y'all looking at me funny, y'all look, what you talking about me now? When I get out of the will of God, I'm gonna do some stupid stuff. Y'all probably won't, but I'm gonna do some, when I get out of God's will, because stupidity comes by not knowing God. So when I get out of God, I'll do some stupid stuff that I wouldn't normally do. All right, let me, that's not the only one, but let me say, it said now, they have committed two evils. The first one is they have left their first love.
All right.
Yeah. They left their first love, but not only that, but they decided to do it their way. They decided to dig holes and try to catch water that they had fresh water running. Some of us come up and back in the day that had springs.
All right.
Springs always running. Spring don't never stop.
Amen.
Now let me see, can I bring it a little closer to home? Some of us never seen spring. We talking about as long as you pay your water bill. You can cut your faucet on in the house. And it'll run.
All right.
As long as you pay your bill. Yeah. He said now, that's what he said now. He said now, as long as you, and he said, no, let me tell you, can I tell you about God? We don't have to pay, it's free.
All right.
Why you say that? Because he said, won't let the way. He said, it's in the word out. If you knew who was asking you for water, he didn't say, wait a minute, you got a debit card? He didn't say that.
All right.
Or your checkbook. He said, if you knew who was asking you for water, you would give him water. He would give you water. And the good thing about it, he would give you water springing up. He would give you water bubbling up. You can't get real with Jesus and keep it to yourself. That's what I'm trying to. You cannot
Talk about it.
get real with Jesus and not tell. Why you figure? I hear Jeremiah a little further down. It was like fire. Shut up in my bones. I said I wasn't going to talk about it no more. But when it got hot, you know, he'll make you move. You know that, right? Yeah. He said, it was like fire. Shut up in my bones. So I just had to tell about God. Yeah. Too busy for God. Yeah, when you get too busy for God, you're going to get in trouble. Oh, yeah. But I just wouldn't leave it there. On my way to my seat, I hear Jeremiah, because God said, come unto me. Matter of fact, if I went back to the NIV, he said, now, come unto me. Let us settle the matter, said the Lord. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be white as snow. Though they are red like crimson, they shall be like wool. In other words, he said, come unto me. Don't get too busy to have God. Come unto God. Because if you hear him saying in Matthew, around about chapter 11, verse 28, it says, come unto me, all you are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Then turn around and say 29, and say, take unto me, take unto my yoke and learn of me. In other words, he said, put on the whole armor of God. And not only that, when you put it on, he said, learn of me. In other words, he said, now, don't just put it on, but you got to learn about it. In other words, you got to study. You got to stay in this present. And then he said, learn of me. Then he turned around and said, for I am gentle, humble, and hard, and ye will find rest. Yeah, sometimes we're trying to find rest in all the wrong places. Oh yeah, I know y'all didn't, but I did. I tried to find rest in a bottle. Yeah, I tried to find rest sleeping around. But after I found out really what I had to went to God, I had to go to God and find rest. Why are you there? Because it says, come on to me. All you are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burdens are light. But it didn't stop there. If you look around Romans 10 and 13, it says, in other words, sometimes we want to know what's going on and where to go. But God said, let everyone who call on the name of the Lord. In other words, he's saying like, what do you need to be? You need to be saved. In other words, you need to call on his name. And he made a promise. He said, if you call on my name, I'll come see about you. Not only that, but if you look around at Jesus, once again, he answers, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Don't get too busy for Jesus, because if you get busy, if you get right with Jesus, he said, I am the truth and the life. No one come unto me, no one come unto the Father except through me. You got to have Jesus to make it the way. And if you kind of look around a little bit around, I shouldn't, but I will, around Luke 14. Jesus told a parable. Give me a few moments. He told a parable about the great supper. Said, RSP, right? That I said in road, right?
RSP.
Yeah. In other words, when they send you invitation.
RSVP. RSVP.
Okay, y'all get them right. What they sound like? Yeah, y'all getting right for me, then I'm gonna make my point. Y'all got it right now?
Yeah, we got it right.
You got it right? All right. Instead of invitation, just sit down. And then after the sound that they tell you want you to respond to the invitation. Parable was told us that there was a great dinner, and it said, you know, well, this is what it is there for. Mike, man, you need to work on this when you get a chance.
Gotcha.
Yeah, y'all told me it was my tail, my get y'all straight. Let me get into the understanding. Listen. Let me see it back. Now, what was the letter y'all said?
RSVP.
RSVP, okay. Respond, no. Now, so then, just cut this off. We'll see that.
Just cut that off.
We'll just cut that off. All right, we'll try to work. If I just need one, I'd use it. But listen. See, now get it right. I just say that. I guess he don't mean to tell this.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Let me get it. We got the letter right. All right, y'all got the letter right. Now, that invitation was sent out and accepted the invitation. But when the dinner was ready, and told them to go and tell them supper's ready. Now, back in the day now, when supper got ready, we went to the table.
All right.
Now, now we don't go to the table. Matter of fact, very seldom we sit on the table together.
That's right.
But back in the day when we were growing up, we used to supper ready. Everybody was at the table.
That's right. Amen.
And if you didn't want what was on the table, you just left out. Yeah, you just left out. But now we get a place and we go to the television. But nevertheless, I'm talking about the banquet. Let me get back on that. That wasn't even part of it, but I just thought I'd stick that in there and keep these folks. Y'all got the letters right now, baby. Make my point, get ready to get out of here. So that in other words, but everybody was invited. But then everybody started making excuses. It says, I just can't feel it. Yeah. Mine said now, kind of like saying, I'm not going to get in the swimming pool until I learn how to swim. Or saying, I won't touch the piano until I learn how to play. You know what? You're not going to learn how to swim, or you're not going to learn how to play the piano.
Right.
Because you got to get into what?
Water.
And you got to touch the
Key.
to be able to learn.
That's right.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, so if you will live for Jesus, he will live through you.
Amen.
In other words, you cannot live unless Jesus lives in you. Yeah. Let me get these scriptures and then I'm done. Galatians 2:20. It says, Paul says, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. Not I, but Christ liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God. In other words, I'm living. What happens when you're crucified? Well, let me tell you, I'll take it too long. That means you're dead.
Right.
Can I, right? If you're crucified, that means you dead, right? So Paul said, I'm crucified. What are you talking about now? What are you talking about? Paul was still alive then. So what are you talking about? I'm crucified. Well, can I back this up a little bit? We should be saying the same thing. I'm crucified with Jesus. In other words, my flesh has been crucified. and Jesus lived in me. Let me back, y'all didn't want to say that again. Let me say what Paul said. He said, I'm crucified with Christ. And this so sinful body, I have given up to live for Christ. In other words, so this old fleshly body, it had died to the world because I'm crucified in Christ, and I want Christ to live. I'll say it again. Within me. Yeah. And you find out. Let me hurry on. I'm running over time. Don't say nothing. Whoever want to say something. I'm at the point nobody. It said now, God has, if you get rid of God, God has done everything needed to provide salvation. You know what salvation means? That I'm saved, right? Yes. That means that I got a home in heaven. Right. Yeah. So now Christ has done everything that I need to have salvation. Yeah. And Paul, if you find out 2 Corinthians said now, today is the day for salvation. Then turn around, don't boast about tomorrow. Because you don't know what's going to happen for tomorrow. That's right. You know, some stiff-necked people, that they tell you that everything is going to be all right because there is no heaven. Or there's no hell. Yeah. But don't let them tell you. Because our Savior said over 2,000 years ago, I'm going away. All right. Prepare a place for you. And where I am, there will be also. On my way to my seat. Yes. Don't get too busy for Jesus. Yes. Because Jesus made us some promises. He would spend our time in Him. All right. He said, I'll never leave you, I'm forsaken. He said, although, I heard the psalmist say, although I go through the shadow of death, I fear no evil because God is my shepherd. And I shall not. I don't know about you, but I'm glad that Jesus came down to 42 generations and see about me because He knew I couldn't do it by myself. I didn't have the power, but I'm glad He said, I'm crucified. I died to this old body, but I'm sure glad that Jesus lives in me. Because when He lives in me, every now and then, I feel the remnant of the God telling me to hold on. Hold on. Everything is going to be all right. No matter what troubles and trials and tribulations are going to do, hold on. God is on the throne. Don't get too busy. All right. For God. Keep your mind. Stay on God. God did everything necessary. Yes, sir. All we need to do is be crucified. This old body. So take up my cross and follow me. Yes, sir. Yes. There was. Oh, shoe sale. Johnny Shoemaker. Johnny Shoemaker was a good shoe salesman, and back in his day, to get a wife, they had to buy cows. They had to sell cows. Or pay for his wife with a cow. Back at the time, there was only about most men that bought a cow, paid for a wife, with only 3 cows. But Johnny Shoemaker saw this young lady, and he asked his father and told his father he was paying 10 cows for the wife. They were saying she wasn't the most beautiful thing in the world. But Johnny said, I'll give 10 cows. Then there was a shoe salesman came along. And he was on his way at the end of his sail.
All right.
And he was on his way back home, and he said, if Johnny has got old people that got over on Johnny like that, I'm sure I can leave all my inventory here with Johnny. And then he came in, he talked to Johnny, he said, Johnny, I got a few shoes I want to sell you. Johnny said, I don't need no shoes. And then this beautiful lady walked in. And walked in and put a flower on the table and walked back out. Man said, well, you know how people are when they don't do the way, when we don't do the way they want you to do. They kind of get irritated at you. And so he said, now, so you're going to kind of make a little fun, Johnny. He said, I know you got this wife that wasn't the beautifulest thing in the world. So that means you had to hire you a good-looking maid. He said, what do you mean? He said, now, a young lady that walked in must be the maid. Because they tell me your wife wasn't that beautiful. He said, no, that's my wife. He said, I knew I had a 10-cow wife before I paid the 10 cow. And because and what happened is, I treat her like she was a 10-cow wife. And what happened, and when you treat God like he's a 10-cow God, and it was like he's God all by himself.
Yes, sir.
He'll see about you, and the world can't do you.
Yes, sir.
Say it again. The world can't do you no harm.
All right.
The point of the story is, treat God like he's all in all in your life.
Yes, sir.
And what he'll do, he'll show up
Yes, sir.
in your life.
Yes, you
People will wonder how you act like that.
will.
You look a little crazy, but you can tell him, my love
Yeah.
is for God.
Yeah.
My hope is in God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I quit. But keep in mind, don't get too busy for God. Because God does not get too busy for you.
Amen.
He's standing at your door. Let me in. Let me in. And we got a God, he won't break in, but he'll sure come in.
Amen.
And the good thing about that, when he come in, the word says he'll sup with me. And the good thing about it, when God get in, he'll stay in.
Yes, sir.
He won't be like Israel, find the other places to go. But he'll be with you until the day of redemption.
All right.
You know what he's going to do on the day of redemption? He will say, Father, here, one I love. And the Father's going to say, come on, in this. And I'm going to make you ruler over me. Come on in that house.
All right.
Come to the altar. Don't get too busy for God. All